I found out I was being replaced by accident. Nobody planned to tell me at all. My dad left when I was 4. Not in the dramatic way, no fight, no screaming, just a Tuesday where he stopped coming home. My mom worked nights at a hospital, and my Aunt Carol raised me in a practical sense, fed me, drove me to school, came to parent-teacher conferences. My mom was there when she could be, and I understood early that her schedule wasn't a choice she was making against me. She was keeping the lights on. I filed that away and tried not to make it mean more than it was. When I was 9, she met Dennis. He was quiet and careful around me in a way that felt respectful rather than distant. They got married when I was 11, and I was in the wedding. Wore a tie I kept pulling it all night. In the photos, I'm smiling for real. Dennis had a daughter from before, Kira, who was 7 and came every other weekend. I liked her. She thought everything I did was impressive, the way little kids do, and that was good for my ego at 11. We'd play cards, watch movies. It felt like a family, just an unusual one. My mom and Dennis bought a house 40 minutes away when I was 12. I stayed with my aunt because of school, because of stability, because I was almost in high school and uprooting me didn't make sense. All reasonable. I agreed with the logic when they explained it. They had a son together, Mateo. I was 13 when he was born, and I held him at the hospital and told myself this was normal. This was good. My aunt took a photo of it that she still has on her fridge. The visits got thinner after that, not all at once, but in the way a tide goes out without you noticing until you're already standing in dry sand. Sunday dinners became once or twice a month. Phone calls got shorter. My mom would text about Mateo constantly. Videos of him walking, his first words. Things she narrated with exclamation points that felt like they were sent to a group, rather than to me specifically. I told myself she was tired. Babies are work. This was a phase. Mateo turned 3 last spring. Nothing had leveled out. The thing I held onto through all of it was the plan. It wasn't formal, but it had been said out loud enough times to feel like a contract. When I graduated, I'd move in with them properly. Get established, figure out college, do it from their house. Dennis had said there was a room. My mom had said it was mine whenever I was ready. I stopped needing the weekly visits because I had the plan. The plan meant I was still included in the architecture of their life, just in a delayed wing. I found out the room was gone through Instagram. My mom posted a reel, nursery reveal, soft green walls, a crib in the corner, a little wooden name sign she'd clearly spent real money on. The caption said they were so excited to welcome their newest addition. She hadn't told me she was pregnant. I sat with my phone for a long time, then I called her. She answered warm and immediately launched into it. So excited. Due in December, they think it's another boy. She was talking fast the way she does when she's happy, and I waited until there was a pause, and I asked if the spare room was the nursery now. Silence. I told her I'd seen the post before she'd told me. That I'd found out she was pregnant from her Instagram like a stranger. That the room I'd been told was mine for 3 years was apparently already reassigned without a single conversation. She said she'd meant to call, that things had been busy, that she didn't think I was that attached to the room, and something I'd been holding very carefully for a very long time just came loose. I told her I understood every decision she'd made, every trade-off, every absence. I'd made peace with all of it because I believed I was still in her future, just on a longer timeline. But you don't forget to tell your kid you're pregnant. You don't reveal a nursery publicly before you've called your son. You forget to tell someone something when they're not at the center of your thinking. She got quiet, said she didn't know I felt this way. That part was the hardest, because I'd been so easy. I'd been so understanding for so long that she actually didn't know, and I'm not sure whose fault that is. I'm still working that out.